أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Surah 88, Al-Ghashiyah, the overwhelming event, Meccan period. Title: Al-Ghashiyah, literally, the overwhelming event. The surah's opening word is how this chapter is titled. Period of revelation. Al-Ghashiyah is clearly one of the earliest Meccan surahs in terms of its contents. It was revealed when the Prophet, peace be upon him, had publicly launched his call to Islam, even though the Meccans by and large ignored it. Subject matter and themes. It is worth clarifying that in the early days of his mission, the Prophet's message centered on the following two articles of faith: 1. Monotheism, and 2. The hereafter. However, the Meccans refused to believe in these. This circumstantial setting may, therefore, help in better appreciating this surah's contents. To awaken the Meccans lost in slumber, a disturbing question is posed before them. Has the news of the overwhelming event reached you? This is immediately followed by marshalling the harrowing details of the day when men will be divided into two groups, each meeting a different end. One group will be driven to hell and face its many punishments there. The other will enter the lofty gardens of paradise and enjoy its innumerable bounties. After administering this shock to people, other questions are raised. Do these unbelievers not even reflect on objects of everyday life, as they refuse to accept the Quranic teachings on monotheism and the hereafter? For example, do they not observe camels, their lifeline in the desert? How these have been created with exactly those features that are best suited for their life in the desert? During their journeys, they see the sky, mountains, and the earth, so let them reflect on these objects only. How was the sky raised high? How were the mountains fixed? How was the earth spread out? Did all this happen without the creative power of the Supreme Lord, the wise designer? If they concede the role of the Creator, who brought into being all this without any partner, why can they not accept Him as the one true God? If they recognize Allah as their Creator, they should not have any difficulty in grasping the concept of resurrection. He is certainly able to bring back the dead to life. Again, He has the power to set up paradise and hell. After presenting this succinct and clinching argument before the unbelievers, the address is directed at the Prophet, peace be upon him. The unbelievers' rejection should not worry him, for he is not invested with the authority to compel them. His job consists only in rendering them good counsel, which he should carry out. All of them will ultimately return to Allah. He will then call them to account and punish the unbelievers terribly.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate.
هل أتاك حديث الغاشية
Has the news of the overwhelming event reached you?
وجوه يومئذ خاشعة
Some faces that day shall be downcast with fear. Some faces that... The expression some faces means some people. The word faces is used to denote people because the face is the most conspicuous part of a person's body.
عاملة ناصبة
Be toiling and worn out.
تصلى نارا حامية
They shall burn in a scorching fire.
تسقى من عين آنية
Their drink shall be from a boiling spring.
ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع
They shall have no food except bitter dry thorns.
لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع
That will neither nourish nor satisfy their hunger.
وجوه يومئذ ناعمة
On that very day, some faces shall be radiant with joy,
لسعيها راضية
well pleased with their striving.
في جنة عالية
They will be in a lofty garden,
لا تسمع فيها لاغية
wherein they shall hear no vain talk.
فيها عين جارية
In it there shall be a flowing spring,
فيها سرر مرفوعة
and couches raised high,
وأكواب موضوعة
and goblets laid out,
ونمارق مصفوفة
and cushions arrayed in rows,
وزرابي مبثوثة
and rich carpets leveled out.
أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت
Do these unbelievers not observe the camels, how they were created,
وإلى السماء كيف رفعت
and the sky, how it was raised high,
وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت
and the mountains, how they were fixed,
وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت
and the earth, how it was spread out, and the earth, how it was spread out. Those who deny the hereafter on the grounds that it is beyond the range of possibility should look around and consider some well-known facts pertaining to God's creation of the camels, to the establishment of the mountains, to His raising the heavens to very lofty heights, and to the spreading out of the earth. They should also ponder on how all this was brought about. If it was possible to bring all these things into existence, and their existence as a tangible reality, what then are their grounds for believing that resurrection cannot take place? Why can a new world not come about? And what is the basis for thinking that hell and heaven are beyond the range of what is possible?
فذكر إنما أنت مذكر
So render good counsel, for you are simply required to counsel,
لست عليهم بمسيطر
and are not invested with the authority to compel them.
إلا من تولى وكفر
But whoever will turn away from the truth and disbelieve,
فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر
Allah will chastise him with the most terrible chastisement.
إن إلينا إيابهم
Surely to us is their return.
ثم إن علينا حسابهم
And then it is for us to call them to account.